So I saw this video of this guy asking for $450 to be a guest at his wedding. Would you do that? Would you pay $450 to be at someone's wedding? That is the question. So I will break this down in three different ways. One being seeing it from his point of view and what he was actually saying. Two, being saying it, keeping it 100 with him and just telling him the truth. And then thirdly, just speaking on it from a church perspective of how someone maybe in a church would actually go about handling that. Number one, I think as far as his perspective, he did mention that he felt like people spend more on concerts and more on going out and doing other things. So they should be able to actually spend it on his actual wedding to support somebody that is either a friend or a family member. And then he also pointed out that, everything was already paid for. So in his eyes, he felt like they could actually afford 450. But then I would say, seeing it from his perspective, I wonder what culture the other person is that he's actually marrying. I seen that he was a black male, and I just know that that's not a traditional thing that I'm used to, but maybe in other cultures there are. So I wonder if somebody from another culture, if actually paying to go to a wedding is something that your culture actually does. Leave a comment if your culture does do something like that. Then number two, keeping it 100. $450, that may not be a lot to some, but for others it can be possibly a lot. But the real thing you gotta question is, in most people's weddings, you don't actually have to pay to actually go to the actual wedding. The wedding's actually free, and then after the wedding, if you choose to, you can give a gift. Most times people give money. So I'm thinking if he's charging them 450 off top, does that mean that he's going to actually allow people to give him gifts afterwards, or is he not going to actually want any gifts afterwards? So I think that charging people for it is it's just weird, and I'm not sure why somebody would charge a price for you to attend their wedding. And in most cases, you may invite 300 people, and maybe 150 will actually come. But let's just say, even sometimes in most weddings, 150 don't come. So let's just say 50 people came. If 50 people came to his wedding, then if you do the math on that, it'll be $22,000 and probably like $450 that people would actually pay. And I think that would actually pay for his actual wedding. So that's what he probably was trying to get at, is having other people actually pay the cost that he actually paid for his wedding. Lastly, looking at it from a church perspective, I'm not sure why a lot of people get married in the courthouse, why a lot of people pay a lot of money to actually go get married, when if you are a member of any church, at least they should, I should say, allow you to actually get married there for free. So if he is a church going person, I would wonder, why is he not going to his actual church to actually get married in the church and actually get it for free? So that's just something to think about. And then let's just say, hey, he doesn't want to be in the church, or maybe he doesn't. He wants to play some certain type of music at his reception. You can always get married at the church and have your reception somewhere else so that you could turn up and do whatever it is you want to do there. So that's really not an excuse. And then if you go to some mega church and the light bill is $1,000 just to turn on the lights, they still should allow you to actually get married there for free. If they don't, you probably want to move to another church. All right, this has been RD, and this is Tuesday, and we are making these things tougher together Tuesday.